Check sound. Check sound.
Count 1 to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Jadi ya,
Yes, sir.
Right, deliver opening and then after that closing. Yeah, you choose one. Right, yeah. You ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Hannah and I study English at UTOMO. In this special occasion, I would like to tell you about the most important thing. Harold thought he was all prepared for his job interview yesterday. He had gone to his barber and gotten a very short haircut. He had bought a new shirt, put on his best tie, and shined his shoes. He had even borrowed his brother's new suit. However, as soon as Harold began the job interview, he realized that he had forgotten to bring along his resume. Harold was furious with himself. He thought he was all prepared for his job interview, but he had forgotten to do the most important thing. Thank you very much, dear friends.
Okay, thank you. Right, put the book here. Right. Speaking about
The Jamaican box latte. So,
the camera, remember opening and close. Jadi Lala, let's start now.
hello everyone, my name is Hannah and I study English at UTOMO. In this special occasion, I would like to tell you about the Jamaican bobsled team. Amazing athletes from a Caribbean island. An unusual group of athletes arrived in Calgary, Canada for the 1988 Winter Olympic Games, the Jamaican bobsled team. Many people were surprised. How could the Caribbean island of Jamaica have a bobsled team? Jamaica doesn't have any snow. The Jamaican athletes had never competed in the Winter Olympics before. In fact, most of them hadn't ever been on a bobsled or seen snow before they began to prepare for the Olympics. But by the time when the team members arrived in Calgary, they had trained hard for their first Olympic event. They had been running and weight training in Jamaica. Then they had gone to a special training center in Lake Placid, New York. Unfortunately, they had poor equipment and their bobsled crashed a lot during training. They didn't do well in the Olympics. Most people were sure they had seen the Jamaican bobsled team for the first and last time. But the team didn't give up. They had lost, but they had been in the Olympics and they wanted to go back and compete again. The team went to a special training center in Germany. They trained there 4 to 8 hours a day. By the time these athletes arrived at the 1994 Olympic Winter Games in Norway, they had become a much stronger bobsled team. They had practiced for years, and they were also very famous because of a movie about the team crew runnings had been in the theaters around the world the year before. At the 1994 Games, the team came in 14 in the 4-person bobsled event, and they placed 10 in the 2-person event. The team had done the impossible. They had competed well in the Olympics, and they had won the hearts of fans around the world. Thank you very much, dear friends. Thank you, sir.
Right, now answer my questions. What's your full name?
My name is Raihana Haurani Sawahono.
Okay, tell about your.
When I got an A in biology test, nobody was surprised. I had been taking notes in every lessons. I had been reviewing my lessons every night. I had been listening to the teacher all the time. I had been doing tryout before doing every test, and I had even listening to brown noise instead of pop music while studying biology. And I think I really deserve to get an A in biology test. After all, I had been preparing for it for a long time.
Okay, how about
my most important things.
What?
I thought I was all prepared for the new school year. I had done my wellness check, I had prepared my school supplies several days before the day, and I had even adjusted my sleep schedule. As soon as the bell rang, I realized that I had forgotten to bring my backpack with me. I almost cried. I couldn't believe what I had done. I thought I was all prepared for the new school year, but I had forgotten to do the most important thing.
What's your favorite thing to do?
My favorite things to do right now is singing.
Tell about your
My bad habits I just can't break. So my mom always tells me to stop biting straw. She thinks that biting straw is disgusting. But I still keep on biting straw. I want to stop, but I can't. Biting straw is a habit I just can't break.
Oh yeah? Okay. What have you done lately?
Lately, I've gone to school, I took a bath, I took a pray, and then I brushed my hair, and then I cleaned my shoes. Yes.
Okay, tell about something you put
Something about I had to return. So 2 years ago, I was from my phone and I was looking for a fictional book. I was about to donate it to the school's library. I looked through the entire bookstore on the apps and chose to be good stores. So I chose the first store, but when I tried to order, they had a slow response seller. Next, I chose the second store, but when I tried to order, the delivery fees were expensive. And finally, I chose the third store. They had a good response seller and got no delivery fee. I ordered the book and waited for it to be delivered. I was so happy I didn't have to pay for the delivery fee. However, my happiness didn't last long. The day I received the package, I realized very quickly that the book wasn't an original one. So I quickly checked the seller. However, the seller didn't reply to any of my chats. I was curious, but I know I couldn't do anything. The next time I bought something online, I'll be more careful and I'll be sure to check it all the store's testimony.
Right. Please.
I study English at Oxford UTOMO.
Right. Nursery, yeah. Say Olympics.
Olympics. Olympics. Olympics.
Laid off.
Laid off. Laidof. Laid off.
Okay. Say Calgary.
Calgary. Calgary. Calgary.
The full name.
My full name is Raihana Horini Sawahono. RAIHANAKHOIRUNNISAWAHONO. Raihana Horini Sawahono.
Yes. Oxfordutomo.
UTOMO. OXFORDUTOMO. Oxford UTOMO.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear friends.
Right. Call your friend. Who's this? Okay. Who's that? Avia.
Ebian.
Yes,
I bring this. Thank you so
Yep. Thank you.
much.
Silakan. Okay. Click on send.
Okay.
Result.
Hello. Should I?
One count 1 to 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Where's your book?
Okay, sir.
Open your book. Alright.
Sorry, this. Oh, 98. I thought 78. God.
Choose one.
Roger, I think. Roger.
Opening, yeah, as usual, and close. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Let's start from
Good evening. Okay. Good evening, dear friends. My name is Wantarla, and I study English at Horsama. In this special occasion, I would like to tell you about the most important thing. Roger thought he was all prepared for his dinner party last night. He had sent invitation to his boss and all the people at the office. He had looked through the several cookbooks and had found some very interesting recipes. He had even gone all the way downtown to buy important fruit, vegetables, and cheese, which he needed for his dinner. However, as soon as the Roger doorbell rang and his guest arrived, he realized that he had forgotten to turn on the oven. Roger felt very, foolish. He couldn't believe what he had done. He thought he was all prepared for his dinner party, but he had forgotten to do the most important thing. Thank you very much, dear friends.
first, yeah. Okay, look at the camera, yeah. Avian Antarilla, right? Okay, you speaking is what?
I think yeah. Oh, Jamaican accent.
Okay. Ready? Look at the camera, smile.
From even
Yes. Okay, ready?
Right.
Okay, Avian Antarilla.
Good evening, dear friends. My name is Venturla, and I study English at Horsama. In this special occasion, I would like to tell about the Jamaican bobsled team. Amazing team from Caribbean Island, and the Zugu President arrived in Calgary, Canada for 1988 on Olympic Games. Jamaican bobsled team. Many people surprised. How could the Caribbean island of Jamaica have a bobsled team? Jamaica doesn't have any snow. The Jamaican athletes had never competed in the Winter Olympic Games before. In fact, most of them hadn't ever been on a bobsled or seen snow before they began to prepare for the Olympics. But by the time the team member arrived in Calgary, they had trained hard for their first Olympic event. They had been running and weight training in Jamaica. Then they had gone to a training center in Lake Placid, New York. Unfortunately, they had very equipment, and their bobsled crashed while doing training. They didn't do well in the Olympics. Most people were sure they had seen the Jamaican bobsled team for the first and for the last time. But the team didn't give up. They had lost, but they had been the Olympics, and they wanted to go back and compete again. The team went to a special training center in Germany. They trained there for 8 hours a day. By the time they arrived in the 1994 Olympic Winter Games in Norway, they had become much stronger as a team. They had practiced for years, and they were also very famous because a movable team, Cool Runnings, had been the theater around the year before. At the 1994 Games, the team came in 14th place in the 4-person bobsled event, and they placed 10 in the 2-person event. The team had done the impossible, and they had competed well in the Olympics, and they also had won the heart of fans around the world. Thank you very much, dear friends.
Yes, you have now answered the questions, okay? Right, what's your full name?
Abian Atorila.
Right. Tell about your the most important.
Let's go to the or not?
Directly.
Okay. I thought we were all prepared for the school event. I had bought all the units and tools that we need, and my friend already bought all the pairs that we need. However, as soon as the event began, I realized that I had forgotten to bring the chicken that we need, and I couldn't believe what I had done. I thought I was all prepared for the school. I thought I was all prepared for the school event, and but I had forgotten to do the most important thing. Thank you very much, friends.
Okay. It is. Tell about your decision.
Okay. I had to make an important decision recently. I made an appointment for a meeting at my school, and I had to decide what to wear. First, I considered wearing a school uniform. Then, I thought about wearing a shirt. And finally, I decided to use cocoa shirt. I think I made the right decision. I feel that wearing a polo shirt is the right thing. Oh, what? I'm glad I didn't wear a. I'm glad I didn't wear a school uniform or a shirt. I feel that wearing a polo shirt is the best thing to do.
Tell about your bad habits you can't break.
My mom always tell me to stop playing cell phone so much. They say that playing cell phone so much is useless. I know that, but I keep on playing cell phone. I want to stop, but I can't. Playing cell phone is a habit that I just can't break. Yeah.
Cell phone.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, sir.
Right.
I'm addicted to it.
Right. Tell about something important you have to read.
Oh. I went to a Muslim uniform store. I was looking for a cap, and I looked through the entire selection of a cap and picked out a few that I liked. First, I picked out Nas black cap, and when I turned on, it fit perfectly in my head. Then I then and next I pick out a white cock. And next I pick out a white cock cap. But when I throw on, it was oversized. Finally, I pick out a blue cap. But when I throw on, it was just weird. Then then I decided to buy a cock shirt to fit into the cap. First, I pick out a white cock shirt. But when I throw on, it was oversized. Next, I pick out a red coco shirt, but when I throw on, the arm was too long. Finally, I pick out a black coco shirt, and when I throw on, it fit perfectly in my body and fit with the cap. I walk home feeling very happy because the shirt. Oh my God. I walk home feeling very happy because the clothing that I just bought. I was especially happy because the clothing was on sale, and I had paid 50% of the regular price. And then I realized that the black cocoa shirt was different from the store. The arm was too long. What can? What? I think that's fair. Okay.
Where is spelling?
Atau for some.
Spelling ya.
Yes, sir.
Right. Say spell say. Right. Say spell say. Laid off.
Say special later. L I L I D of F O F.
Say spell say. Jamaica.
Say special Jamaican. JAMAIN. Jamaica.
See. See.
Let us see.
Say spell say cookies.
Full cheese. Say special full cheese. PURCASA. Full cheese.
Yo boleh.
Saya main Fabiana sorry lah.
Yo boleh.
Oh, spell. ABYAN at TTN HARI LLH OXF OLD UTOMO oxfordutomo.
Yes, thank you. And yes, practice again ya. Yes. Call your friend
Yes, sir.
Aisyah.
Sorry. Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I forgot. Oh, where is it?
Yep. Aisyah ya. Yes. Sign here. Okay. Open your book.
What page? 98. Yes.
Choose one. Choose one. Okay, take all this.
Check.
Take some.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1 to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Louder.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Right. Yes. Aisha, ready, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, opening, read, choose one, yeah? And answer this question. Got it?
Okay.
Right, good luck, and then you may. Okay, then good luck to you.
Good evening, dear friends. My name is Harumaisa. I study English at UTOMO. In this special occasion, I would like to tell you about the most important thing. Roger thought he was all prepared for his dinner party last night. He had sent invitation to his boss and all the people at the office. He had looked through several cookbooks and had found some very interesting recipes. He had even gone all the way downtown to buy imported fruits, vegetables, and cheese, which he needed for his dinner. However, as soon as Roger's doorbell rang and his guest arrived, he realized that he had forgotten to turn on the oven. Roger felt very foolish. He couldn't believe what he had done. He thought he was all prepared for his dinner party, but he had forgotten to do the most important thing. Thank you very much, dear friends.
Yes. Right, put your book here. Was it? Right. Okay, for this, I will stick the box like this and then answer my questions.
Yes, sir.
Yeah? Yeah. For some reason, I speak before. Yeah? Alright. Now answer my questions. What's your full name?
My full name is Harumaisa.
Sorry, say again?
Harumaisa.
Say again, louder.
Harumaisa.
What's your full name?
Harumaisa.
Hello, Maisha. Tell about your pet habits.
My mom always tells me to stop oversleeping. She thinks that isn't nice. I know that, but I still keep on oversleeping. Oversleeping is a habit I just can't break.
Hi. Where you go to school?
For junior high school
Where you study English?
at oxfordutomo.
That's very well.
Okay.
Hi. Say Jamaica.
Jamaican. Jamaican. Jamaican.
Purchase.
Purchase. Purchase.
Laid off.
Laid off. LAIDOFF. Laid off.
Your full name?
Harumaisha. HARUMAISYAH. Harumaisha. OXFORDUTOMO. Oxfordutomo.
Thank you.
Thank you. CHANKYOU. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Call your friend
Initial. Okay.
so you can focus on it.
Okay.
Okay. It is something I can do for you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I will take this call now. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Aisha. Call your friend. Aisha. Faiz, hello Faiz. Ahira. Who's that? Watanabe. Yes, Watanabe.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yep. Yes, you have. No? Yes. Right. Send. Send.
Where's my no.
Okay.
So,
Penyebab PSC.
$98. Test test. Can
You speak normal.
yes, sir. 90 is all.
This one.
Okay.
Six out.
Check.
Speak normal. Yes,
Okay.
Right. Kan waktu kan?
1, 2,
Louder.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Louder kan?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Ya, kan ya.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ready? Read opening and then read and then you will close. Okay, ready?
Sir.
Watanabe, good luck to you, Master. Now.
Good evening, dear friends. My name is Akira. I study English at oxfordutomo, and this special occasion, I want to read about the most important thing. Roger thought he was all prepared for his dinner party last night. He had sent invitation to his boss and all people at the office. He had looked through several cookbooks and found some very interesting recipes. He had even gone all the way downtown to buy imported fruits, vegetables, and cheese, which he needed for his dinner. However, as soon as the Rogers doorbell rang, his guests arrived. He realized that he had forgotten to turn on the oven. Roger felt very foolish. He couldn't believe what he had done. He thought he was all prepared for his dinner party, but he had forgotten to do the most important thing. Thank you very much, dear friends.
Yes. Thank you, Possible. Yes. Ready? Ya?
Yes, sir.
Now, 7 questions. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. What's your full name?
My full name is Preta Kira Pertinggi.
Right. Tell about something you want and you have to do.
I went to the department store last week. I was looking for the new running shoes. I looked through the entire section and picked out the very that I really like. First, I picked out dark green shoes, but when I tried them, they were too small. Then I picked out light blue shoes, but when I tried them, they were too uncomfortable. Finally, I picked out a dark shoes with golden patterns, but when I tried them on, they seemed to fit perfectly. I paid for my new clothing and walked home feeling happy about the shoes I just bought. More, I was more happy because I was more happy because it was on sale and I had to pay 50% of the regular price. However, my happiness didn't last very long. I noticed that one of the shoes was bigger than the others. Uh, I bring the shoes back to the store, but when I go to the store, the employee says we cannot refund the money. As real as I was, because the sign says all sales are final. As real as I really was curious with myself. The next time I want to buy something, I had to read the sign. I had to read the sign. What? I had to read the sign. Thank you very much, dear friend.
Where did you go?
I go to 244 Junior High School. I study English at Oxford UTOMO.
Okay, that's very good. Right. Says
Training. 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 Training.
Chase.
Purchase. PURC. Purchase. PRCITEON. Purchase.
Thought.
Thought. THOUNGHIAHT. Thought. Thought. Prayataka pertinggi. PRAT. Sorry sir. May I repeat? Prayataka pertinggi. PRAYATAKKIRAPERTINGGI. Prayataka pertinggi.
Oxfordutomo.
Oxfordutomo. OXFORDUTOMO. Oxfordutomo.
Says
Table. 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 Thank you.
Yes. For your friend, is it
Falcon. Falcon or
is that
Ferris. Judith. Oh, Judith.
Faiz and his absent ya? Fahira. Yes, Judith. Yep. Okay, you have. All right, sign here. Quick one. Right. Check some.
Tes, tes.
Count 1 to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, open your book 98.
98.
Yeah, choose one. Yeah, choose one and then read out, yeah. And closing, yeah. Opening, read, close. Okay, ready? You need to start now.
Good evening, dear friends. My name is Judita Kakirana. I study English at UTOMO. In this special occasion, I would like to tell you about the most important thing. Mr. and Mrs. Jenkins thought they were all prepared for their vacation. They had packed their suitcases several days ahead of time. They had gone to the bank and purchased traveler's checks. They had even asked their next door neighbor to water their plants, feed their dog, and shovel their driveway if it snowed. However, as soon as Mr. and Mrs. Jenkins arrived at the airport, they realized that they had forgotten to bring their plane tickets with them, and there wasn't enough time to go back home and get them. Mr. and Mrs. Jenkins were heartbroken. They couldn't believe what they had done. They thought they were all prepared for their first vacation, but they had forgotten to do the most important thing. Thank you very much, dear friends.
Yes. Put the book there. You sign this already? Okay, you now answer my questions. Okay? What's your full name?
My name is Judita Kakirana.
Right. Tell about your competition. I just answered it.
I got the highest score in civic education and nobody was surprised. I had been winning all the games my teacher had been giving. I had been taking notes every lesson. I had been doing all the exercises my teacher had been giving. I had been reviewing the notes I had been taking, and I had been studying all night before exam. I deserved to get the highest score in civic education. After all, I had been preparing for it for a long time.
Alright. Where do you go to school?
I go to 244 Junior High School.
Where do you study English?
I study English at UTOMO.
I'm sorry. Say, spell, say, vacation.
Vacation. VACATION. Vacation.
Laid off.
Laid off. LAIDOFF. Laid off.
Purchase.
Purchased. PURCHASED. Purchased.
Right. Your full name.
Judita Eka Kirana. JUDITHAEKAKIRANA. Judita Eka Kirana. Oxford UTOMO. OXFORDUTOMO. Oxford UTOMO.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. As
Okay. You and your game separate, yeah. Separate. Okay, wherever you use the procedure. Right? Yeah. You prepare yourself. Yeah. Oh yeah. Next call teacher. On side.
Oh.
ready.
Right. Open your book 6, 94, and 6, and 8. Right, next sound, 1 to 10.
1, 2, 3.
Louder,
1, 2, 3,
louder,
4, 5, 6,
louder.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, choose one. Opening, read. Choose one and then close. Okay, ready?
Opening.
Yes.
Oh.
Ready?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Louder.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Icha. I study English at UTOMO. In this special occasion, I would like to tell you about the most important thing. Roger thought he was all prepared for his dinner party last night. He had sent invitations to his boss and all the people at the office. He had looked through several cookbooks and had found some very interesting recipes. He had even gone all the way downtown to buy imported fruit, vegetables, and cheese, which he needed for his dinner. However, as soon as Roger's doorbell rang and his guests arrived, he realized that he had forgotten to turn on the oven. Roger felt very foolish. He couldn't believe what he had done. He thought he was all prepared for his dinner party, but he had forgotten to do the most important thing. Mr. and Mrs. Jenkins thought they were
Okay, anyone.
Oh, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, repeat the camera. Take sound 1 to 5.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. Opening and then tell about the Jamaica and then close. Okay, the camera, smile and now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Icha. I study English at UTOMO. In this special occasion, I would like to tell you about the Jamaica bobsled team. Amazing athletes from a Caribbean island. A national group of athletes arrived in Calgary, Canada for the 1988 Winter Olympic Games, the Jamaica bobsled team. Many people were surprised. How could the Caribbean island of Jamaica have a bobsled team? Jamaica doesn't have any snow. The Jamaican athletes had never competed in the Winter Olympics before. In fact, most of them had never been on a bobsled or seen snow before they began to prepare for the Olympics. But by the time the team members arrived in Calgary, they had trained hard for the first Olympic event. They had been running and were training in Jamaica. Then they had gone to a training center in Lake Placid, New York. Unfortunately, they had poor equipment and their bobsled crashed a lot during training. They didn't do well in the Olympics. Most people were sure they had seen the Jamaican bobsled team for the first and last time, but the team didn't give up. They had lost, but they had been in the Olympics and they wanted to go back and compete again. The team went to a special training center in Germany. They trained there for 8 hours a day. By the time these athletes arrived at the 1994 Olympic Winter Games in Norway, they had become a much stronger bobsled team. They had practiced for years. They were also very famous because a movie about the team, Cool Runnings, had been in theaters around the world the year before. At the 1994 Games, the team came in 14th in the 4-person bobsled event, and they placed 10th in the 2-person event. The team had done the impossible. They had competed well in the Olympics, and they had won the hearts of fans around the world. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Okay, now ask the questions. What's your full name?
My full name is Icha Farida Ramadhani.
Right. Tell about your accomplishment.
When I performed well in the band performance, nobody was surprised. I had been practicing the bass every day after school, I had been memorizing the chords, and I had even skipped some lessons to practice with my friends. I really deserved to perform well in the band performance. After all, I had been practicing for it for a long time.
Right. Okay, tell about the most important thing.
I thought I was all prepared for my school sport event. I had practiced the day before the event. I had cleaned my shoes, and I had even prepared my outfit and hung it up in my closet. However, as soon as I arrived at school, I realized I was the only one using a different outfit. I was really embarrassed. I thought I was all prepared for the school sports event, but I had forgotten to do the most important thing.
Right. Your pet habits. Great.
My parents always tell me to stop chewing ice cubes. They think that chewing ice cubes is really bad for my teeth. I know that, but I still keep on chewing ice cubes. I want to stop, but I can't. Chewing ice cubes is a habit I just can't break.
Right. Where do you go to school?
I go to Bentry School.
Where you study English?
I study English at Oxford UTOMO.
Right. Okay. Now spelling. Yeah. When it says vacation.
Vacation. VACATION. Vacation.
Right. Purchase.
Purchased. PURCHASED. Purchased.
Okay. Forgot.
Forgotten. FORGOTTEN. Forgotten.
Your full name.
Ichani Farda Ramadani. ICHAHANYFARIDA RAHMADANI. Ichani Farda Ramadani.
Photo.
Oxford UTOMO. OXFORDUTOMO. Oxford UTOMO.
Okay. Go. Carbonado.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Bonano. It is. Just call Bonano. Yes. Yes. Carry. Oh. You sign this. On this. Okay. Click on.
Click.
Yes, sir.
Test 1, 2.
Speak louder.
Test 1, 2, 3. Test.
Speak louder.
Test 1, 2, 3. Test.
1, 2, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Ready? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
How many movements can it? Remember it loudly and then opening and choose one. Yeah. Remember
Opening.
it, choose one.
Harold.
Okay, so you choose one, yeah. Got it?
So opening, read,
Okay.
and then
closing.
closing. Okay.
Okay, ready? Right. Good luck. You may start now.
Good evening, dear friends. My name is Arya. I study in Oxford UTOMO. In this special occasion, I would like to tell you about the most important thing. Harold thought he was all prepared for his job interview yesterday. He had gone to his barber and gotten a very short haircut. He had bought a new shirt, put on his best tie, and shined his shoes. He had even bought his brother's new suit. As soon as Harold began the job interview, he realized that he had forgotten to bring along his resume. He was furious with himself. He thought he was all prepared for his job interview, but he had forgotten to do the most important thing. Thank you very much, dear friends.
Yes. What's your book?
Yes.
Put your book there. Okay, look at the camera, yeah. Smile and speak loud. Ready?
Yes, sir.
You may opening now and closing. Ready? You
And
may
I
start.
about Jamaican Muslim. Good evening, dear friends. I study English at Oxford UTOMO. In this special occasion, I would like to tell you about the Jamaican bobsled team, an unusual group of athletes. An amazing athlete from the Caribbean island. An unusual group of athletes arrived in Calgary, Canada for the 1998 Winter Olympic Games, the Jamaican bobsled team. Many people were surprised. How could the Caribbean island of Jamaica have a bobsled team? Jamaica doesn't have any snow. The Jamaican athletes had never competed in the Winter Olympic before. In fact, Most of them hadn't ever been on bobsled or seen snow before they began to prepare for the Olympics. But by the time the team members arrived in Calgary, they had trained hard for their first Olympic event. They had running and weight training in Jamaica. Then they had gone to a training center in Lake Placid, New York. Unfortunately, they had no equipment and their bobsled crashed a lot during training. They didn't do well in the Olympics. Most people were sure they had seen the Jamaican bobsled team for the first and the last time. But the team didn't give up. They had lost, but they had been in the Olympics and they wanted to go back and compete again. The team went to a special training center in Germany. They trained there 4 to 8 hours a day. Sorry. By the time these athletes arrived in the 1994 Winter Olympic Games in Norway, they had become a much stronger bobsled team. They had practiced for years. They are also very famous because a movie about the team, Cool Runnings, had been in the theater around the world the year before. In the 1994 Games, the team came in 14 in the 4-person bobsled event, and they placed 10 in the 2-person event. The team had done the impossible. They had competed well in the Olympics, and they had won the heart of fans around the world. Thank you very much, dear friends.
Yeah, answer my question.
Yes, sir.
What's your full name?
My full name is Raja Damar Aryasena.
Okay. Tell about the most important thing.
Okay. Good evening, dear friends.
Just answer that.
Oh, just answer directly. Okay. I thought I was all prepared. I thought I was all prepared for my speech last month. I had gone to my barber and gotten a very short haircut. I had even bought a new cocoa, put on my best patchy, and shined my shoes. I had even borrowed my shaving tools. However, as soon as my speech began, I realized I had forgotten to bring along my suit. I was furious with myself. I thought I was all prepared for my speech, but I had forgotten to do the most important thing. Thank you very much.
Okay. Tell about your accomplishment.
When when I finally passed my ManCIT when I was junior high school, nobody was surprised. I had been reading before I studied. I had been studying until night. I had been answering a lot of my teacher's test questions and studying all day. I had been rereading and studying over and over again. I finally deserved to pass my ManCIT. After all, I had been preparing for it for a long time. Thank you very much, dear friends.
Yeah. Tell about something you bought and you had to.
I went to a sports station last month. I was looking for a new cap. I looked through the entire section of caps picked picked out a few that I really liked. First, I picked out a black Puma cap, but when I tried it on, it was a kid's size. Then I picked out a gray cap, but when I tried it on, my mother didn't like the material. Sorry, sorry. I picked out a unique Adidas cap. I paid for my cap and drove home with happiness for my cap that I had just bought. I was especially happy because the cap was on sale and I had paid 15% off the regular price. However, my happiness didn't last very long. When I got home, I noticed there was a big rip inside my cap. The time I realized, I took the cap and I took the cap and went back to the store and tried to get a refund. When I arrived, I told them there was a big rip inside my cap and I wanted the refund. I checked. Finally, I can get a new unique Adidas cap. Thank you very much. My parents always tell me to stop being a pessimistic. They think that being a pessimistic are good. I know that, but I still being a pessimistic. I want to stop, but I can. Being a pessimistic is a habit I just can't break.
Yeah, the most important.
Already, sir. Yes, sir.
Uh, good decision.
Huh? Good decision. Oh, yes. I had to make an important decision recently. I want to buy new things for sport, and I had to decide what to buy. I considered about buying a new jersey. Then I thought about buying a new futsal shoes. Finally, I decided to save my money for my school needs. I I think I made the right decision. I'm glad I didn't buy a new jersey or a new futsal shoes. I feel that saving my money was the right thing to do.
Okay. Where you go to school?
I go to Man 21 North Jakarta.
Where is that?
Huh?
Where you study?
I study English at Oxford.
Right. Right. Now study. Yeah. Say spell say vacation.
Spells, sorry, vacation. V A C A T I O N. Vacation.
Driveway.
Driveway. D R I V E W A Y. Driveway.
Purchase.
P U C H S E D. Purchase.
Your full name.
My full name. Raja Damar Arya Sena. A J A D A M A R A R Y A S E N N A. Raja Damar Arya Sena. Utomo. O X F O D U T O M O. Oxford Utomo.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. More ya.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Ibu.
Yeah, namanya saya.
Right. Okay. Call your friend. Paris.
Thank you much, very much. Sorry, sir, but the noise I made is a habit, sir. I was trying to about the
Oh.
yeah,
Oh, you.
yes, because a habit, sir. I was trying to be like
How do you make it?
and then the like bounces.
Oh. Okay.
Because sir, I love it. And I want to be like that. So with hand gestures. And I tried like almost 2 weeks now. And it's not that work is good. Because I made a video about me doing the organization in my school and I sometimes with my hand gestures.
Yeah, yeah. Check, check.
Sorry, sir.
Yes, yes.
So I'm
Paris.
thank you, sir.
Yep.
What about my car? Just
Retron. Is it good? Good. Put on the
1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
Okay.
New question another day.
Yeah.
Choose one, yeah. Choose one. Again, guys, speak a bit louder. Now, 1 to 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, opening. Read one. Choose one, yeah. Got it?
Okay. Good evening, dear friends. My name is Faris Kastowo. I study English for UTOMO. In this education, I will tell all the most important things. Roger thought he was unprepared for his dinner party last night. He had sent invitation to his boss and all the people at the office. He had looked through several cookbooks and had found some very interesting recipes. He had even gone all the way downtown to buy important fruit, vegetables, and cheese which he needed for his dinner. However, as soon as Roger's doorbell rang and his guest arrived, he realized that he had forgotten to turn on the oven. Roger felt very foolish. He couldn't believe what he had done. He thought he was prepared for his dinner party, but he had forgotten to do the most important thing. Thank you very much, dear friends.
Okay.
Okay.
What's your book? There. Speak louder.
Yes, sir.
Okay, look at the camera. Okay. Yeah, Faras?
Okay, sir.
Ready?
Ready?
Speak louder. You may start now.
What?
Speaking.
Oh, Jamaican.
Okay. Speaking, yeah. Jamaican.
Okay.
Jamaican opening.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Good evening, dear friends. My name is Faris Kastowo. I study English for UTOMO. In this education, I was involved in the campus team. Imagine a film from Caribbean Island. An unusual group had arrived in Calgary, Canada for 1980 when 12 became the Jamaica team. And people were surprised. How could the Caribbean Island of Jamaica have a basket team? Jamaica doesn't have any snow. The Jamaican Island had never competed in Winter Olympics before. In fact, most of them had ever been or since before they began for the Olympics. But by the time the team members arrived in Calgary, they had trained hard for the Olympic event. They had been running and were training in Jamaica. Then they had gone to a center in Lake Placid, New York. Unfortunately, they had poor equipment, and their bobsleds crashed during training. They didn't well in the Olympics. Most people were sure they had seen the Jamaica team for the first and last time, but they didn't give up. They had lost, but they had been in the Olympics, and they wanted to go back and compete again. The team went to shuttle training in Germany. They trained there for 2 hours a day. But by the time the members arrived in the Olympic Winter Games in Norway, they had become much stronger as a team. They had practiced for years. They were so very famous because of the team, Cool Runnings, had been selected around the world the year before. At the 1994 Games, the team came 14 in the 4% mixed event and they placed 10 in the 3% event. The team had done the impossible. They competed well in the Olympics, and they had won the horse fight around the world. Thank you very much, dear friends.
Are you okay, Faris?
Okay, sir.
Really?
Mhm.
You
Okay, sir. Very much, sir.
may proceed.
Okay, sir.
Now, some questions, yeah?
Okay.
Okay. Look at the camera, yeah. Smile. So what's your full name?
My name is Faris Kastowo.
Tell about your accomplishment.
My accomplishment. When I finally survived my toughest test at my high school, nobody was surprised. I had been reciting before I had been memorizing it. I had been reciting to my teachers and my mentor after I memorized it, and I had been referring to a recital after I memorized it. I really deserved to survive and pass my toughest test. After all, I already practiced and preparing for it for a long time.
Tell about your decision.
My important decision. I had to make an important decision recently.
What?
I wanted to buy a new sport. I wanted to buy new things for sport. First, I considered to buy new sweatpants. Then I thought about to buy new sports shoes. Finally, I decided to save money for the other important needs. I feel that save money was the right thing to do.
Tell about your
My parents always tell bad habit. My parents always tells me to stop procrastinating activities. They think that procrastinating activities aren't good. I know that, but I still procrastinating activities. I want to stop, but I can't. Procrastinating activities is habit I just can't break.
parents. Are you sure you're okay?
Yes, sir.
Seriously?
Mhm. Oh.
Tell about something important you did.
Something I bought and had to return. I went to a clothing store a month ago. I looked through the entire selection at the best and picked out several that I really liked. First, I picked out a nice pink vest. When I tried it on, it was too large. Next, I tried it on and it started too fast. When I tried it on, it was too small. Finally, I picked out a gray vest with jungle patterns. When I tried it on, it seemed to fit perfectly. Then I decided to buy inner clothes to go with the vest. I looked through the entire selection of inner clothes and picked out several that I really liked. First, I picked out a gray inner clothes. When I tried it on, it was too large. Next, I tried it on with inner clothes. When I tried it on, it was too tight. Finally, I picked out a black inner clothes. When I tried it on, it seemed to fit perfectly. I went for my new clothing and woke up feeling very happy about the best inner clothes I had just bought. I was especially happy because they were really nice and fit me perfectly. However, my happiness didn't last very long. The vest had some loose threads that I hadn't noticed before. I also noticed that inner clothes wasn't as comfortable. The material was rough on my skin. The next day, I took the vest and inner clothes back to the store and together we found. However, the staff told me that the purchase during clearance sale couldn't be returned or exchanged. I was upset, but I couldn't believe what I had done. Um, Next time, when I buy fast and clothes on sale, I'll be more careful. I'll make sure everything is in condition before I pay.
That's very good.
To 114 senior high school.
Sorry?
I go to 114 junior high school. 114 senior high school. 114 senior high school.
Where do you study?
Studying English and Kursus.
Well, sorry again. Say spell C. Ready? Say spell C. Vacation.
Vacation. VOCATION. Vacation.
Little.
Little. LAIDOFF. Little.
Purchased.
Purchase. PURCHASED. Purchase.
You put it.
Farras Gastowo. FARRASKASTOWO.
Absolutely.
Oxfordutomo. 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 Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay, sir.
Careful yourself. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
So What is your name? Yes. Yep. You. You come. Okay. Same here. Okay. Then that's all.
Oh, pause.
That's all. Scroll down.
Test.
Round one to ten.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay. Open your book, page 112.
I don't have the book.
So what do you
What is it about?
Unexpected guest.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Uh, okay,
Yes.
is that clear? Look,
Yeah.
this. Okay, ready?
Yes.
You read that, and then is that clear?
Mm.
Will you retake?
No.
Clear, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, opening, read that, read them all, yeah, until they were coming, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, and then closing. You got it? Okay. Yes.
Good evening, dear friends. My name is Audrey. I study English at Oxford UTOMO. In this special occasion, I would like to tell you about unexpected guests. Melba had a very difficult situation at her house a few days ago. Her relatives from Minneapolis arrived unexpectedly, without any advance notice whatsoever, and they stayed for the entire weekend. Needless to say, Melba was very upset. If she had known that her relatives from Minneapolis were going to arrive and stay for the entire weekend, she would have been prepared for their visit. She would have bought a lot of food, she would have cleaned the house, and she certainly wouldn't have invited all her daughter's friends from nursery school to come over and play. Poor Melba. She really wishes her relatives had called in advance to say they were coming. Thank you, dear friends.
Now, polish up and rubber, right?
Yes.
Here is one question.
Technology.
One by one, yeah. Look at the camera,
Mm.
yeah. Opening, tell the topic, closing. Background when you start again, finish first, open again. I will tell you, yeah. This, speaking number one, opening, content, and closing. Got it?
Can you say it one more, sir?
Okay. What's your first topic?
Technology.
Technology.
Yes.
Okay. So you open,
Mm.
tell the topic, and then you close.
Okay.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah. After finish, later on you start again. You got it?
Mm.
Okay. Audrey. Audrey, yeah.
Yes.
What's your name here? Khalifa.
Khalifa.
Yes.
Okay.
Look at the camera, yeah. And you smile. Ready, Kalika? Let's start.
Good evening, dear friends. My name is Audrey. I study English at Oxford UTOMO. In this special occasion, I would like to tell you about technology in our lives. Technology plays a role in all aspects of our lives. The way we work, the way we shop, the way we communicate with each other, and the way we live at home. The speed of technological change in the past 100 years has been incredible. The early telephones were very large and they didn't have dials or buttons. You pick up a receiver and talk to an operator who made the call for you. Nowadays, cellular telephones fit in our pockets and we can use them to make a phone call from anywhere to anywhere. In grocery store and supermarket, cashier used to punch keys on cash register to enter the price of each items. These days, scanners with barcodes on product packaging and the prices are recorded by a computerized cash registers. In some supermarkets, customers can even scanning products themselves and paying by credit cards, all without the help of a cashier. In the past, we made a trip to the bank to deposit or withdraw money. Now we can use ATMs, automated teller machines that are found everywhere. And many people now do their bank transaction at home online over the internet. Modern technology has dramatically improved our lives. Personal computers enable us to create documents, store information, and analyze data at work or at home. The internet allows us to send or receive email message, connects us to the World Wide Web,
and allows us to go shopping online from our homes. Digital cameras enable us to take photographs that we can instantly put on our computers to store, change, or send over the internet. Satellite communication connects doctors in one country with a patient in another country, bringing medical technology to remote places around the world. Miniature cameras that patients can swallow permit doctors to diagnose medical condition without surgery. Smart homes operated by computers turn light on and off as people enter or leave rooms and enable homeowners to cool their houses, to turn on the heat or air conditioning, or even to start the coffee maker. What will the future bring? Smart highways will carry us to destinations that we program into our car's computers. Household appliances such as refrigerators and stoves will have miniature computers that know how we like to store or cook our food. Many people feel, however, that technology has its price. With automated supermarket checkout lines, ATMs, and online banking, and internet shopping, we can meet our daily needs without having contact with other people. Life with technology can be very lonely. Also, many people are concerned about privacy. Technology makes it possible for the company or the government to monitor our use of the internet. Our credit card numbers, bank account information, medical information, and other personal data are all stored on computers. Protecting the information will be an important issue in the years ahead. Thank you, dear friends.
Yes.
Voice.
Drink water.
Yes. But I don't bring it.
Can you continue?
I think I can. Good evening, dear friends. My name is.
Bulan ya.
Yeah.
Yes. Picture okay?
One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Second topic ya.
Yes.
About
Polish up your interview skill.
opening, tell the topic, and once again. Got it?
Yes. Good evening, dear friends.
Drill okay? Right?
Yeah.
Ready ya?
Okay.
Audrey, look at the camera, smile, and start.
Good evening, dear friends. My name is Audrey. I study English at Oxford UTOMO. In this special occasion, I would like to tell you about polish up your interview skills. Tips from the experts. Going to a job interview can be a very challenging experience. A lot of people are probably applying for the same job. What can you do to make a good impression and stand out from the crowds? The experts say be prepared, learn about the company before your interview. Find out about the company's products or services. Read about the company in the newspaper or try to find information on the internet. Many companies have their own website with lots of information. Also, dress appropriately. Don't wear casual clothes. Dress neatly and conservatively. Prepare in advance for the types of questions you might probably be asked. The interviewer will most likely ask you to tell about your background, education, and experience. If you are an employee, the interviewer might ask you why you leave your current job. Or if you are an employee at the time of the interviewer might ask you why you left your last job. You should be prepared to talk what you know about the company. Don't be surprised if you're asked what your strengths and weaknesses are. Be ready to answer questions about how you deal with pressure at work. An interviewer will most likely ask you how you get along with coworkers. You may also be asked what your future goals are, and don't forget that the interviewer will probably ask if you have any question. Be sure to answer the interviewer's questions honestly. Try to show that you are motivated, responsible, and very interested in the job. Be confident, but don't brag about yourself. Don't say how great you are. Instead, give examples of things you've done that show your strengths. Be prepared for when the interviewers ask if you have any questions. You can ask about the job responsibilities, the company in general, when the position will be, and other things. Some experts say that it isn't a good idea to ask too many questions about salary, vacations, or benefits during the first interview. If the company has follow-up interviews for the position, that might be a better time for such questions. Before you leave your interview, make sure you know all the names and titles of people you met. Write a thank you letter to the interviewers as soon as possible. Say thank you for the interviewer's time, describe why you think you are the right person for the job, and over to go back to another interview if they want you to. Thank you, dear friends.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Now some questions.
Yeah.
Right. What's your full name?
Kalika Sharifa Audrey.
Right. Tell about yourself and your family.
My name is Audrey. I'm 13 years old. I live in Jakarta. My address is on Asrama Polri X Primop Cilincing. I go to 244 Junior High School. I'm on the second grade of junior high school. There are 3 people in my family. I'm the only child of my family. There are my father, mother, and me. My father's name is Rio Sisilo. He is 48 years old and he's a policeman. My mother's name is Nurwilis. She is 43 years old and she is an employee that work at religious court.
Religious.
Yes.
Okay. Audrey, tell about your unexpected situation that you were prepared.
I had an unexpected situation when my relatives from Surabaya come unexpectedly and they stay for the entire weekend. I was really upset. If I had known that my relatives from Surabaya will come to my house and stay for the entire weekend, I would be more prepared for their visit. I would clean my house, I would bought a lot of food, and I would definitely wouldn't visited invited my friends to come over and play. I really wish that my relatives would call in advance to say they were coming.
Audrey, tell about your
My English teacher's name is Mishifa. My English teacher is very experienced. She started teaching after high school. She also taught martial arts for 2 years. She lives in Jakarta. She has been living in Jakarta since she was a kid. She also lived in Ciamis for 5 years. My teacher likes to sing, draw, cook, and run. She has liked sing and draw since she was a kid, and she started liking running and cooking 4 years ago.
Audrey, tell about something in your life that you wish you had done but you didn't.
I didn't study for my math exam yesterday morning. I really wish I did. If I did study, I would have gotten a perfect score. And if I had gotten a perfect score, my parents wouldn't be angry with me.
Really? Uh, tell about something you have done and you regretted it.
I didn't follow the directions when I'm on my way to my friend's house. I really wish I did. If I had followed the direction, I wouldn't have been lost on the street and I would be able to arrive on time to my friend's house.
Right. Great. Tell about the time when you needed advice.
I had a math exam last Wednesday. I called my friends and asked her what should I do. She told me to stay calm and review my notes. She also told me not to stay up too late and she told me to eat a healthy breakfast before the exam. I felt better after talking with my friends. I'm glad I could always depend on her for good advice.
So tell about the rumor.
All the students at my schools are talking about the test this week. there is a rumor that the test will be cancelled, and all the students are convinced that the rumor is true. After all, if the test would be cancelled, I wouldn't have to do my test. I wouldn't have to worry about my score, and I definitely wouldn't have to study hard for the exam. Of course, the students at my school don't know for sure whether the test will be cancelled or not. We'll just have to wait and see.
Give me your books.
Uh, if the weather is good, I'll probably go hang out with my friends. If the weather is bad, I'll probably stay at home and play a game. If I'm tired, I'll probably go to sleep. If I feel energetic, I probably go play with my friends. If I'm busy, I'll probably do my homework. If I'm not busy, I'll probably watch a movie. If the teacher were absent, I'll probably go to sleep on class. If the teacher is not absent, I'll probably have a lot of homework. If there is an update on the game, I'll probably play it when I have a free time. If there isn't any update on the game, I would probably do my homework.
Tell about the ancient empire.
The pyramids were built as tombs for the kings of ancient Egypt more than 5,000 years ago. They were constructed without machine and with very few tools. The kings were buried with many jewels, furniture, and personal treasures. The Colosseum in Rome, Italy was completed in 80 AD. It was built as an amphitheater, a place for people to go to be entertained. Fights between gladiators, fights with beasts such as lions and tigers, and other battles were held there.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 13 years old.
What's something in your life you wish for?
Something in my life I really wish for is to travel around the world. I want to see beautiful places, learn about many different culture, and meet new people. Traveling would give me many new experiences that I could never get from books alone. I also want to improve my English by talking with other people from many different countries. Besides that, I dream of visiting London, Tokyo, and Paris because they are my favorite cities. I believe that traveling would make me happier, wiser, and more open minded.
Really?
I think so.
Ooh. Great. You have voted at 13. Yeah. Really, you are 13.
Yes.
Okay, so it means you are a teenager.
Yeah.
So I need your opinion, right? Okay. What's your opinion, teenagers nowadays?
Of course, teenager in these days is not completely good and bad, but we can meet them in every situation. Like when they have a lot of problem and then they make us feel like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, okay, and then yeah, like that's it.
So the point is,
The point is, teenager is not bad and good at the same time.
yeah, which one they are not good? And which one
Uh,
they are good?
like the not good one is like always talking each other at the back, and maybe make the other feels like uh, I'm the enemy one in here. And the good one is like when you need a help and they can help you maybe, or maybe when they need advice and then you give them, that's a good idea, I think. Yeah.
So, what do you think about your school?
Uh,
Anas.
my school is my is good, but I think there are many different problems that they have to solve. Like maybe there is a lot of students that bring makeup to school or smoking maybe and having a relationship. So yeah, it's really bad for the reputation of the school.
Really? Ooh. So they bring makeup to school.
Yeah, no.
You said that?
And there are a lot, but not me.
Yeah, I mean they.
Yeah,
Oh, they usually bring makeup.
yeah, but not all.
You know, or
Yeah.
ooh. So how to fix the situation? You think?
I don't know, sis. Uh,
You think?
I think we need to talk about it deeply. Like we can call the suspected one to come and we talk like um talk with each other lah. Like why do you bring makeup to school? Like what the reason? And then if they still oh, I can explain it.
Okay, great.
Yes.
How do you see teenagers who don't speak English?
Um. Yeah. Sorry. What?
Huh? So how do you see teenagers who don't speak English?
I don't know. Maybe they don't have any spirit to learn English because they were too lazy. Like okay, English is not important. Maybe they think like that. But I think English is very important because you have to learn about
Yes. Yeah, hopefully you didn't fall asleep then. Send here. Okay, try.
This. 2, 3. This.
Click on.
This. Yeah.
Try 1 to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yes. Wait.
Yes, sir.
Pendukung 98.
98. Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, opening, read, and closing. Okay, you got it?
Yes.
Right. And then
All, sir. All.
all. No, choose one.
This one.
Choose one. Yeah. Choose one. Okay. Ready, Fari?
Yes. Good evening, dear friends. My name is Sarifatan Halis. I study English at UTOMO. On this special occasion, I would like to tell you about the most important thing. Roger thought he was all prepared for his dinner party last night. He had sent invitations to his boss and all the people at the office. He had looked through several cookbooks and had found some very interesting recipes. He had even gone all the way downtown to buy imported fruit, vegetables, and cheese, which he needed for his dinner. However, as soon as Roger's doorbell rang and his guests arrived, he realized that he had forgotten to turn on the oven. He felt very foolish. He couldn't believe what he had done. He thought he was all prepared for his dinner party, but he had forgotten to do the most important thing. Thank you very much, dear friends.
Yes. Okay, what's your book? Right. Okay, come on. So look at the camera. Ready?
Ready.
About this, yeah?
What?
Website.
Bab 13.
Ready?
The opening, sir.
Yeah, opening. And then, ready? Read out. Speak out, yeah? Okay, you may start now.
Good evening, dear friends. My name is Sarifatan Halid. I study English at oxfordutomo. This special occasion, I would like to tell you about Jamaican bobsled team. Amazing athletes from Jamaica, from a Caribbean island. An unusual group of athletes arrived in Calgary, Canada for the 1988 Winter Olympic Games. Jamaican bobsled team. Many people were surprised. How could the Caribbean island of Jamaica have a bobsled team? Jamaica doesn't have any snow. Jamaican athletes had never competed in the Winter Olympics before. In fact, most of them hadn't been on a bobsled or seen snow before they began to prepare for the Olympics. But by the time the team members arrived in Calgary, they had trained hard for their first Olympic event. They had been running and weight training in Jamaica. Then they had gone to a training center in Lake Placid, New York. Unfortunately, they had poor equipment and their bobsled crashed a lot during the training. They didn't do well in the Olympics. Most people were sure they had seen Jamaican bobsled team for the first and last time. But the team didn't give up. They had lost, but they had been in the Olympics and they wanted to go back and compete again. The team went to a special training in Germany. They trained there 4 to 8 hours a day. By the time these athletes arrived at the 1994 Winter Olympic Games at Norway, they had become a much stronger bobsled team. They had practiced for years, and they were also very famous because a movie about the team, Cool Runnings, had been in theaters around the world the year before. At the 1994 Games, The team came in 14 in the 4-person bobsled event, and they placed 10 in the 2-person event. The team had done the impossible. They had competed well in the Olympics, and they had won the hearts of friends around the world. Thank you very much, dear friends.
Yes. Uh, okay. What's your full name?
My full name is Fahri Fatan Halif.
Oh, Faiz ya.
Fahri Fatan Halif. Fatan Halif.
Okay. Right. Tell about your competition.
Wait, opening.
Oh.
When I won the volleyball competition, everybody was surprised. I had been jogging every Tuesday and Wednesday. I had been smashing ball to the wall every day. I had been making strategy with my friends, and I had even been sleeping on time every day. I really deserved to win the competition. After all, I had been preparing for it for a long time.
Yes. Tell about your decision.
My important decision. I had to make an important decision recently.
What?
After I finished studying at junior high school, now I had to decide what to do next with my life. First, I considered to entering senior high school. Then I thought about going to vocational high school. Finally, I decided to enter senior high school. I think I made the right decision. I'm glad I didn't choose vocational high school. I feel that entering senior high school was the smartest thing to do.
Okay. How about your something you bought and you had to leave?
I went to a clothing store last month. I was looking for a new shirt. I looked through the entire selection of shirts and picked out a few that I really liked. First, I picked out a nice black shirt, but when I tried it on, I don't like the material. Next, I picked out an attractive gray shirt, but when I tried it on, it was too large. Finally, I picked out a white shirt with unique pattern. I paid for my new clothing and drove home feeling very happy about the shirt I just had bought. I was especially happy because the clothing was on sale and I had paid 15% off the regular price. However, my happiness didn't last very long. After I got home, I realized that there was a stain on my new shirt. The time I realized, I took the shirt back to the store and tried to get a refund. After I arrived at the store, I told them that there was a stain on my new shirt and I wanted to get a refund. After they checked my new shirt, finally I could get a new shirt.
Tell about your pet habits.
My parents always tell me to stop wasting time in vain. They think that wasting time in vain is very bad.
What is it?
I know that, but I still keep on wasting time in vain. I want to stop, but I can't. Wasting time in vain is just a habit I just can't break.
So what do you do?
Yes.
You spend your time in bed. What do you do?
Scrolling, playing games. That's it.
Okay. It is that. Anyway, where you go to school?
I go to 52 senior high school.
Right. Okay, because of your last, I need to know your opinion.
Wow.
Okay. What do you think about teenagers who don't speak English?
I think that I think that they are really at behind. So I think speaking English is the most important thing at this time. Isn't it? So like if teenagers cannot speak English, they are at behind.
Hmm. Yeah, they might be left behind.
Mm.
Where is English?
I study English at Oxfordutomo.
Thank you. That was great. Okay.
Yeah.
Now make it easy. Say vacation.
Vacation. VACATION. Vacation.
Right. Laid off.
Laid off. LAIDOF. Laid off.
Purchase.
Purchase. PURCHASE. Purchase.
Full name.
Fahri Fatan Halif. FAHRIFATTANHALIF. Fahri Fatan Halif.
Oxfordutomo.
Oxfordutomo. oxfordutomo. Oxfordutomo.
Yes. Alright. Good luck. Okay,
Yes, sir.
English, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Get together with your friends. I need to meet the artist and then okay. Go back to your see bye.
Bye.
Yes. Thank you.